Good day. How are you? I'm good. Today I'm going to be presenting Grade E Module 10. Welcome back. Right. Module 10 is about this unit. Right? That's what we call a fire extinguisher. So Module 10, Grade E, is titled Correct Use of a Fire Extinguisher. This module was designed so as to give would-be security officers or any person in general the knowledge how to operate this unit. Because even myself, before I became a security officer, I didn't know how to use this. Because there was no need to know about it because I thought I was always safe. I pray a lot. But when I did security courses, that's when they taught me for the first time how to operate this. And it's very important because sometimes a fire can break out while you're alone and the equipment is there. Can you imagine the foolishness of failing to operate it, and then the whole place will be burned up? So that knowledge is like basic for every human being because a fire can break out at any moment. Right. Since they call it a correct use of a fire extinguisher, here are the objectives. The objective of this module, objective number 1, security officers must be able to know how to operate a fire extinguisher as well as to follow the safety precautions. Number 2, the security officer must be able to identify the whereabouts of firefighting equipment on a site and the importance of knowing that as soon as you report on duty. You must also know the safety precautions before using the fire extinguisher as well as the safety precautions during or when you are using the fire extinguisher, as well as the immediate action drill on discovering a fire, which simply means the action that you take as soon as you see there is a fire. Alright, we start now with the safety precautions before using the extinguisher. 1, you must check for any damage. If it's damaged, do not use it. It can be very, very dangerous. Then you must check the top, this top. If it's loose or unscrewed, because it's screwed, after they put the agent or the powder, they screw it. Make sure it's airtight. Alright? So if you see it unscrewed or loose, do not use it. Because sometimes people, they like to sabotage using a fire extinguisher. They open it up, take out the dry chemical powder inside, replace it with petrol or any other flammable liquid, so that when they cause a fire, you try to extinguish the fire without knowing, then you can make it worse. People can sabotage you like that. So if it's loose or unscrewed, do not use it. Right. If it's damaged, do not use it. Right. Those are actually like the precautions that you must check before using a fire extinguisher. Right. Then we come to the parts of the fire extinguisher. This part, we call it the trigger. This is the safety pin. There is usually a plastic surrounding it called a seal, which shows that it hasn't been used. Then we have got the nozzle. This is where the agent comes out when it's spray on the fire. Then we have got safety pin, I mentioned. The pin. This is just called a cylinder. And then we've got a gauge here. This gauge is like a petrol gauge. When it's empty, it shows you it's empty. When it's full, it shows you it's full. When it's half, it shows you it's half. Just like in a car. Right. So those are the parts of the fire extinguisher. Let's go now to the safety precautions when using a fire extinguisher. Because the first ones we did was before using, what you must check. Right. When using a fire extinguisher, number 1, you must ensure that assistance is available. 2, 2, you must make sure escape route is available. 3, follow instructions on the extinguisher label, which is simply the instructions say break seal and remove safety pin, which means you must break the seal, which is usually we already broke this one because we use it for demonstration purposes. So break seal and remove safety pin, and then direct nozzle at the source of the fire. Those are the direct. Each and every extinguisher come with these directions for use. Right. So first one is ensure assistance is available. Why? Because maybe you will fail. You won't be able to stand with the fire. You won't be able to fight it alone. So you must always have somebody to back you up. That's why they say always ensure assistance is available. Number 2, ensure escape route is available. So whenever you are fighting fire, always leave a space to escape. Do not put yourself inside, then it closes you inside. You must always leave an escape route. Number 3, then you follow these instructions written here, right? Then what you do now, if the fire is outside, you must approach fire from the windward direction, which means where the wind is coming from, you must be there. Then you drive it going towards where the wind is going, right? If fire becomes too big, back off, leave. If it becomes too big or begins to spread, do not even attempt to extinguish it. Run for your life, right? And then you must, as they said on the instructions, direct nozzle at the source of the fire. You must aim at the base of fire with a rapid side-to-side motion, which means you'll be doing like this on the nozzle, right? And then you must make sure all electricity is switched off to avoid it turning into a Class C fire, right? And then you must take a crouching attitude. Crouching attitude is like a position where you bend yourself and bring your body down, right? And then you'll be avoiding heat and smoke. Then from there, you must not walk on spillage areas, because if the fire gets spillage area, the whole spillage area will be covered in fire, so you'll get burnt, right? Make sure fire is extinguished and there are no sparks remaining. When you're done extinguishing a fire, back off slowly while looking at it, because sometimes the sparks like to reignite. So if you are still watching, don't say I finished, then you put the fire behind you, you put your back behind it and start walking. It can reignite because of sparks. So you must back off slowly while looking at the fire. And then always you must make sure that you have an escape route. Those are what we call the safety precautions when using a fire extinguisher. Good. Then we come now to what they call the immediate action drill. If you remember the objective, they said you must be able to know the immediate action drill on discovering a fire, which simply means as soon as you see there is a fire, what do you do? Right. Number 1, you sound alarm. Always there's a fire alarm in each and every premise. Right. Number 2, you report the fire either by radio or telephone. Number 3, try to extinguish the fire. Number 4, assist with evacuation of personnel. Number 5, help the injured. 6, control the area from a security viewpoint. Make sure looters don't take stuff. Those are the immediate action drills on discovering fire. On this module, we've got about 2 questions only. Question 1, list 5 safety precautions when using a fire extinguisher. Which is number 1, ensure assistance is available. 2, ensure escape route is available. 3, follow instructions on the extinguisher label. 4, approach outdoor fires from the windward side. 5, adopt a crouching attitude to protect it against heat and smoke. You give 5. Simple. Question 2, list the immediate action drills on discovering a fire. 1, sound alarm. 2, report fire by radio or telephone. 3, try to extinguish the fire. 4, isolate electrical mains. 5, assist with the evacuation of personnel. 6, help the injured. 7, control the area from a security viewpoint. Thank you very much. Module 10 is very short. I'm sure we're going to now go through to Module 11, which is basic radio and telephone communication. Thank you very much for staying tuned to my channel. I'm bringing you more and more. God bless you.